Welcome to TCS. We got a showroom introduction here with a UK registered, US supplied. Now this car is potentially faster than any Hellcat, and I'll explain why as we go through the video. It's a 2017 Dodge Challenger GT all-wheel drive, which is a 4x4. It's got the Pentastar V6 with 305 horsepower, a frugal eco muscle car, 8-speed automatic with a ZF German gearbox, with the intelligent all-wheel drive system. We're in Stinger Yellow, which is PY4. It's the rarest Challenger colour you can buy. We've got pearl nappa leather with sport seats, which is code LJXW. We're just 17,000 miles. This one would have been $40,000 from new. It's got $5,000 of extras. It's got the active transfer case, the front axle disconnect system. So we've basically, it's got the best in all worlds for maximum MPG and maximum traction on the road. So we've got some stats here. So we're 305 horsepower, 286 pound-foot of torque, which is 363 Newton meters. We've got 0 to 60s round about 5.5 seconds, and it'll be quite consistent, unlike a rear-wheel drive vehicle. Quarter of a mile is 13.8. Top speed 130. The weight is roughly 1850, so she's 150 kilograms lighter, or two adult humans lighter than a V8. Yet she's only about 65 horsepower down on the 5.7 Hemi. So we're all-wheel drive, which automatically switches from rear wheel to all-wheel. 22 miles per gallon city, 33 freeway, and average 28. I managed 35 to the gallon driving this one back a couple of hundred miles. I'm sure you can improve on the 35 if you really tried, if you've tried to hypermile it like an electric car. She's ULEZ exempt, and road tax is $325 per annum. So she's all-wheel drive. How would you know the difference between an SXT and standard rear-wheel drive and an all-wheel drive version? Well, there are a few telltale signs. So first of all, the ride height is an inch or two taller on an all-wheel drive. And if you notice, the front brake calipers off on the left-hand side of the wheel, the hub, rather than the right-hand side. You'd also normally on the boot have an all-wheel drive badge. This particular car has had it swapped out for a Scat Pack badge, which we're going to leave on because it's very nice looking. This car's got 19-inch alloys, so generally the standard on the SXT is 18-inch. You can upgrade to 20-inch wheels on an SXT, but on the all-wheel drive they've got 19-inch, which is a different size to the others. Extras on this car, we've got customer preferred package 21B. We've got the 8-speed ZF electronic transmission with the all-wheel drive final drive. We've got the power sunroof, you can see up here, that's $1,200 as an extra. We've got a driver convenience group, which gives you the, they call them high discharge headlights. We generally know them as xenon headlights. We've got blind spot monitoring, so when you're trying to change lanes on the freeway, motorway, that triangle there in the top left of the door mirror will light up to tell you've got a car coming up beside you. You've also got remote starting on the key, which I'll show you on the key shortly. This car has got the optional compact spare tyre, which was $300. The convenience group, by the way, was $1,100. You've also got the 8.4-inch Uconnect media system, which has got Apple CarPlay and Android, Google Android, which is $800. You've got the Challenger GT side stripes, which are $400. And you've got the US destination charge of $1,100. That's to ship the car out from the factory to wherever it's going in the States. So, as standard, this car's got climate control, cruise control, heated and vented front seats, heated steering wheel, Alpine stereo with a 276 amp and a subwoofer. You've got Super Track Pack, which I'll show you the button in the car in a minute. The reason for that is because it's the GT model. So it's got slightly firmer suspension and it's got all the performance apps on the dash. It's also got the launch assist, which is a really great thing to have in a four-wheel drive. The 19-inch alloys, which are 7.5-inch wide, and the wheels are in what they've called Hyper Black. The reason they're probably called Hyper Black is simply because they would have been painted black before the silver went on to make them like a shadow effect. We've got performance brakes, we've got sport mode, we've got the keyless entry and keyless go, we've got navigation via your smartphone, Bluetooth and streaming, and you've got voice control which can activate the Bluetooth as well. So we've got a clear Carfax, we've got clear HPI, clear Experian check. Last service was March 23 at 15273. And the next MOT is due March 24 and has no advisories. We've got both the remote keys, we've got the owner's book pack, the window sticker, the original window sticker with all the spec on it and the option costs. We've got full service history documented, and we've got the full document pack as well. Right, so let's just put this paperwork down and take that off. Yep, so you've got GT on your satin black stripes. So, we are pearl leather, which we're in Essex, and you can't beat a bit of white leather in Essex. That'll fit in very well. So we've got it's the upgraded model from 2015 onwards, so you've got the 8-speed transmission and the later dashboard. We've got the Alpine sound system in here. The media system's currently got a cover over it, which will be taken off when it's sold, just to stop any fingerprints going all over it. So there's our all-wheel drive system. So when you start the car up, if it's over 3 degrees centigrade, it will go into rear-wheel drive, and if it's under 3 degrees, it will automatically go into all-wheel drive. If you're driving over 3 degrees and you're a bit tail happy, it will sense the traction and it will put the all-wheel drive on. And if you want to manually put the all-wheel drive on at any time, just use the downshift on the pedal. And when you want to go back into rear-wheel drive for economy, just press the right-hand pedal and hold, still goes back into D. It'll come out of sport and you'll go back into normal mode. So we've done 16,886 miles. We're in miles per hour. We've got your phone system and onboard trip computer there, cruise control there. You've got climate control here. We've got sport mode. When you push the sport button, it will come up on the dash with a green flag to tell you you're in sport. And if you touch the Super Track Pack button there, that will give you the options on your dashboard, which have come up here, and that would also give you launch control, and then you can determine how many revs you want to pull away on, so it'll automatically hold it for you, and then we just activate launch. I haven't used it, I don't ever use it. I don't think it's fair for me to play with these kind of things on a customer's car. So we've got heated and vented seats on this car, which is fantastic. Here's your key with the remote start. So you would just push lock and then you press the arrow turning, which is your crankshaft. Turn that, push that one twice, and that will start the engine for you. So, engine keyless start there. We've got the book pack and service history's all in there waiting. We've got up here the sunroof controls and your come home garage door openers, which you can program to your front gates in your garage. Electric sunroof tilts up and tilts all the way back. And when it is closed, you can put the blind across if you've got the sun in your face, like so. I'll leave the sunroof up for the photos, which we'll do next. Right, let's take a quick look in the boot. and under the bonnet. So seats are immaculate, unmarked, unscathed, really nice condition. You've got 5 seats in this vehicle, 5 seat belts, so you've got 3 belts in the back. Can get 5 adults in these, as long as they're not 6'8" each, which some of these people are nowadays. So you've got a body coloured boot spoiler, which is standard on the GT, and we've got a reverse camera and reverse parking sensors. Still got the 2 big exhaust chrome outlets like a V8. A fairly generous boot. The back seats fold down, I'm going to call that 70/30, and underneath the boot floor here's your optional spare tyre, which has never been used, and the instructions how to fit it. The brace and the jack will be underneath the wheel, and you've got your huge Bosch battery in there as well. Let's take a look in the engine bay, or as I like to say, the business side. Now I have got the daytime running lights on. They're the US spec lights, and you can turn those off at a touch of a button on the centre screen. So engine bay all nice and clean. We've given it a little D-dust, but it pretty much came in like this. So we're at the Pentastar V6, which is 305 brake horsepower, which you can't sniff at because that is typically 300 horsepower was what the old V8s were. But this will give you the economy as well, because it's a modern 24 valve multi-valve engine. So I got 35 miles to the gallon. If you turn the aircon off and hypermile it, you're going to get 37, 38 to the gallon on a run, which is very acceptable. Nice to see the stickers are all still on the engine, an indication that it's not been steam cleaned, it's not been played around with, so that's all good. The engine oil is all nice and clean. As you can see there, it's pretty much transparent. Let's give a throttle a little zip. Before we get there, original windscreen, it's got the silhouette of a Challenger on there. Always look out for that. If it doesn't have the silhouette, then the windscreen has either been changed for an auto glass special. So standard exhaust. What we would generally suggest, if you're going to make it louder, is to remove the rear resonators and replace them with straight pipes. It'll still go for the MOT because you're not playing around with your cats. It'll be a bit louder, a bit more raunchier. It will not sound like a V8. You'll only have a V8 on a V8. But as a compromise car, well, this one could be driven all year round with good fuel consumption, extremely comfortable. In fact, I think because it's slightly higher, it does seem to make it, perhaps it's me, but I seem to find it's a very, very comfortable car, especially on the motorway, and very compliant to drive, doesn't body roll, drives like an up-to-date modern luxury car, very comfortable indeed. So as a quick recap, we're on a 2017 Dodge Challenger GT all-wheel drive with a V6 Pentastar 8-speed ZF gearbox, just shy of 17,000 miles. Don't see many of these come along. Great option, especially in the very rare, said to be the rarest colour, Stinger Yellow. It's got great spec, nice wheels, all the options you'd want, including the modern bits and pieces like CarPlay and Google Android. So thank you for watching. Please like, share and subscribe.